Hi, it's Celia here from LTR Coaching, and I'm going to show you some foam rolling exercises that you can do when you dust off your old foam roller that's been lurking in the back of your cupboard. So whatever foam roller you've got, the aim of foam rolling is we're trying to get blood flow into the muscle tissue so that you can recover well. You can also do this before sessions as well to loosen off any tightness in your muscle. The important thing is if you've got an injury, please don't go foam rollering really hard because you can do more damage than good. So if you're healthy, you may have some tight spots, that's okay, but just be aware of your body, and the aim is not to hurt yourself. We're aiming to improve circulation, improve blood flow, and get our muscles to be healthy. So we're going to start, and I've got my timer here, so we're going to work through it together. We're going to start on our calf muscles, and we're just going to roll all the way down to where the muscle connects into the bottom of the knee, and then down all the way to the Achilles. So you might find this quite hard in the upper body and in the core if you're not used to doing this. And what you can also do is just touch your toes together. So you're rolling on the insides a little bit, and then start rolling your feet out. And you might find a spot that you think, yes, I need to concentrate on that bit a little bit more. So you might spend a bit of time there, or a bit more time there. So trying to get all the way up and down the full length of that muscle. So we're doing each muscle group for around a minute, but you can do longer if you need to. Okay, so the next, going to move up through the body, so we're going to do the hamstrings next. So again, thinking about where the muscle attaches in here all the way up to the glutes. So we start rolling. This one's a little bit easier in the upper body. And again, you can try and touch your toes in towards each other, and then start rolling out as well. And if you find any spots that you want to focus on, then do that. Remember to keep breathing when you're doing this. So all the way up, and then just rotate your feet as you're doing it, and then you'll feel where it feels like you need to put some more. Okay, you've noticed that I've got a physio ball there as well, so it might be, if you've got one, then go grab it, because we might be using that in a bit. So the next muscle group is the glutes. So you can just go on one side and just feel around there and move yourself around on your foam roller. So it's important, if you find a spot that you want to work on, then stay there for a little bit and then move around again. Because if we just roller and roller and roller just in one spot, you can actually make things worse. Okay, so we're trying to get the blood flowing in there. If you think about that, that's what we're trying to do. So the glutes, we do get quite tight in there, and then where it connects in as well to the hamstring. Then we're going to do the other side. And just turn around. So just rolling. You might find one side's got more sore spots than the other, which is normal. None of us are symmetrical, so we've all got points that can be a bit tighter. So I like to go on the side a little bit with the glutes. That's it. Got a few 10, 15 seconds in that glute area. So just keep moving around and finding the spot which you need to work on. There we are. That's the beeping. Okay, so if you have got a tennis ball or any kind of ball like this, then you can use this to do a little bit of, once you've worked into the glutes, you can do some pressure point release. So to do that, what you do is find a point where it's a little bit tender, and then we just try and release onto that. So take some breaths there and try and relax into it. And then you can move the ball around to somewhere else, to another spot, and take some breaths there. And release onto it. Okay, so with the ball, you're getting into more trigger point release, so you're finding tight spots and allowing your muscle to relax and release in that position. Okay, and then the same on the other side. So you can do that for as long as you like, really. I'd say you'll know when you've had enough. And then move around. Remembering to take nice deep breaths when you're there, because it's quite intense, the feeling of when you've got that trigger point. I'm just going to do one more, just breathing in and out here. Excellent. Okay, so the next exercise or release with rollering exercise we're going to do is the IT band. So we're just rolling on the edge of the quad there, all the way up to the hip, and all the way down to the knee. Again, this one can be a little bit hard on the arms, especially if you're tired. But it's really worth doing to get blood flow into those muscles, get them recovering quicker. So again, you can kind of move and roll a little bit from side to side here, but it's a little bit trickier than when you're on your front. When you're doing the backs of your calves and your hamstrings. And again, if you find any spots that you want to concentrate on, then just take some more time there. And then we can do the other side. Okay, so rolling all the way down that side, the IT band. So the IT band is it's a band of fascia, which is connective tissue. So that's why using the foam roller on the IT band can be quite beneficial, as long as you're moving around and you're not just rolling up and down in one spot. We're making sure that we're keeping that blood flow going. if you find any spots, there's one there. And then smooth. There we go. Right, so the next, I'm going to go in onto the back of the body, staying on the back of the body. I'm going to do the thoracic spine. So make sure the roller should only come to where your ribs end. So we don't want to go any lower than that, because you can cause damage if you're doing that to your lower back, or you can hurt yourself a little bit. So we just cross our arms over onto our shoulders, and then you're just going to roll up and down that thoracic spine area. So you're lifting your glutes, your bum off the floor, and we're just rolling from the bottom of the ribs all the way down, all the way up, and then down. And again, you might find a spot where it feels like you want to focus on a little bit, so you could just roll in that area and maybe take it to the side a little bit, and then roll back to the side a little bit, and then go back into your smooth movement. I'm getting further and further up my mat. Okay. And then we'll do, because we don't want to go on the back of our lower back, we can still access this area by going onto our side and then rolling in this area here, in this sort of lower back area. So again, I'm going to do 30 seconds there, and then we're going to move up into the armpit. Okay, so up to the armpit here, you just lie on your side and you can roll into, you should feel there's some definite points there. We're just rolling up and down on that, wherever you can feel that you need to. A few more seconds, and then we'll move to the other side. Okay. So we take the roller to your side body, slightly on your back, and we're just rolling in that lower back side area. So again, we'll do 30 seconds and then move up into the armpit. It should feel nice, this. It shouldn't, there's a little bit of discomfort, but it shouldn't feel super hard. And then we're going up into the armpit now. So you might want to do a bit longer there if you want to. And what you can do is just lie on your roller and just release in that area. Excellent. So the last rolling exercise we're going to do is for the front of the quads. So place your roller by your knees, and we're going to, again, nice sweeping movements all the way up the front of the quads. And again, if there's any areas that feel like you need a bit of extra attention, then just focus on them. So again, you can bring your heels together so that you get into a different area. and then you can roll onto the front and then point your toes together. So you're rolling all the way through that muscle, trying to get blood flowing in all areas. Okay, I said that was the last exercise, but I'm going to give you a couple more. So the next one we can do is the inner thigh. So if you bring your knee up to a frog leg position, and then you're just going to roll through that inner thigh. We'll do 30 seconds on this side and then 30 on the other. So remember to go all the way to where the knee connects into the muscle. Then we're going to swap sides. So we're going to frog leg position. And then we're just rolling all the way through. You might find there's a point that's quite near the knee actually in this exercise, and you might want to spend a bit longer. I'm just showing you how to do it. So if you want to spend longer because you know that there's a sore spot there, then you can do around a minute on each side. And then the last one that I'm going to show you is a similar kind of position. So we'll rest our hip on the roller and then take your other leg off in a frog leg position. So the roller should be around where your hip flexor is. And then what you're going to do is just shimmy your hips from side to side, a bit like you're kind of dragging your skin with the roller. So just moving from side to side. And you should feel in your hip flexor that there's some points there that you can work on. So you can move around wherever you need, and you can up and down a little bit if you want, but you side to side and up and down. And we'll do the same on the other side. So hip flexor on top of the foam roller, bring your knee out to the side, and then we're just shimmying our hips from side to side and moving up and down just to find where, if there's any tight spots that we can work with. And there we go. Okay. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that, and it should get those muscles on the way to recovery. Also, you know, you can do a few of these before you do a session as well, just to kind of mobilize your joints, especially before you're getting on the bike, when you're going to be hunched over. We're trying to open up the body. That hip flexor one is a great one for before you start a bike session or a run session as well, because these hip flexors are where we get very, very tight because we're sitting or we're on our bike. They're always in contraction if you're sat at a desk. So it's really important to release those areas. Enjoy and let me know how you get on in the comments below. Thank you very much, and speak to you soon. Bye.